All right, what is going on, guys? Today I'm going to be talking about the time that I had a failed meeting, and this was actually just this week as well. So I don't know why I'm saying the time that, just another one of those clickbaity YouTuber phrases. But yeah, I feel like in the SMA space, people will oftentimes just show like all the successes that they're having, and I've been guilty of this myself. Like I've never really showed anything that really like went wrong in my agency, anything that I've been like struggling with in the agency, any times I've lost a client or had failed meetings. But yeah, with this specific meeting, it was my very first real estate meeting. I was so excited and I was like very confident that I was going to close it. And so what ends up happening is I schedule a time with her and I didn't even send her my calendar link. So we literally just agreed on the time just over email, and then somehow she remembered to show up, which like 90% of the time, if you don't send them your calendar link and they don't book on there, they will forget to show up, or they're just going to find an excuse not to show up, and then you end up losing that lead. But yeah, fast forward, she ends up showing up. We get on the call, and then as soon as we started the actual call, and by the way, I'm going to be telling you guys all the different mistakes that I made so you guys can like avoid like making these same mistakes on your discovery calls. So just yeah, make sure to take notes, watch until the very, very end of this video. You guys don't want to miss a single minute. This could save you guys, messing up on a discovery call and losing out on a potential client. But yeah, she essentially took control of the call very early on. I didn't set the frame. I didn't like break down what's going to be happening in the call from beginning to end, which I normally do, because I was so anxious, and like I was like, okay, this is the very first real estate client, and there was just all these different thoughts just like racing through my mind. I was like, if I end up closing this client, I can possibly use her for a case study and then get more real estate clients, and I could potentially like niche into real estate in the future. And there was just all these different things that I was thinking about and not like the actual topic of the call, right? And so she ends up taking control of the call, and she's asking me like, what's the price? And she's just asking me all these different things, and she's just trying to like steer the conversation into like her own direction essentially, right? And so I just took the bait. I told her the price up front, and I even gave her a discounted price as well, which is something that you guys should never do. Always give them the full price. Don't go down just because you think, oh, it's going to help you close the deal and things like that. Because what ends up happening is oftentimes like whenever you give them your actual price, like whenever you give them a price, right, they'll try to like find something lower than that, or they'll just try to like make excuses, right? So if you tell them $1,000, they're going to try to like negotiate with you for like 500, 600, somewhere around there. And then if you tell them something like 450, they're still going to find a way to like try to make it lower. And so with this particular person, she started telling me about how she had debts that she had to pay off and all these different things, and getting one good deal would help her pay all her debts off and then some, and then it could potentially lead to a partnership. And she was just saying all these different things. Like now looking back on it, this wasn't even a qualified client to begin with. So but yeah, the call ends up going for like 6 minutes. We didn't even hit the freaking 10-minute mark, which like most of my discovery calls are about 45 minutes. And so yeah, this one was just only 6 minutes of her just like asking a bunch of questions and just trying to like figure out like, is this guy like a scammer? Like, is this guy like actually gonna like get me out of my debt that I put my own self into? And she was just asking all these different questions, right? And so one of the things that she ends up asking is, do you guys like work with real estate agents who are looking for seller leads, right? And so for those of you guys that are in the real estate niche, you guys would probably already know what a seller lead is and what a buyer lead is. Well, at the time, I personally didn't know what that was, and so I kind of just tried to like change the conversation and just say something along the lines of, we only help real estate agents who are looking to like rent their property or something like that. It's because I didn't really know a single thing about real estate. Even to this day, I don't know shit about real estate. And so she essentially just said something along the lines of, you guys don't even know what a seller lead is. I'm not going to take the risk. And then from there, she just keeps on like ranting and just telling me all her different like things that she's like struggling with in her business and all these things, right? And so from there, I kind of just like hung up and I just left, because I'm like, I'm not trying to listen to this woman pretty much rant for like 20 minutes when she already declined the offer and said no thanks and not interested. But yeah, the main takeaway from this is just like, make sure to set the frame early on. Do your research on your specific niche beforehand. Don't get too confident like I did, thinking that, you know, one size fits all. Like even with my presentation, I was about to use the same exact presentation that I was using to close home improvement businesses, right? And so that wouldn't have even worked, because real estate is its completely own like different thing, and there's certain terms that you need to know. There's certain, you know, there's just certain things that you need to know before you start working with real estate agents. Or, you know, even if you do end up signing them, you know, the relationship's not going to last very long, because they're going to like realize over time that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, and it's better off to just work with a different agency. But yeah, the other thing that she ended up saying was that she was working with an agency about a month or two ago, and they took like $600 from her, and they got her absolutely no results. And then she pretty much said that that was one of the reasons why she didn't really trust social media marketing agencies that much. And so you guys can see there's two different reasons why this wouldn't be a good client to work with. Even if I had signed her, it would have only been like a $450 retainer. A matter of fact, I think it was like even lower than that, but I don't know the exact number. It was just extremely low for like what I typically charge. She already has a bad view on social media marketing agencies. So like, why would she then try to work with one so soon after she just got burned by one, right? So it seems like she's looking for something free, trying to get as much value as possible. And you guys just definitely want to watch out for these types of people whenever you guys are doing outreach, whenever you guys are on discovery calls. Don't get too excited thinking I'm about to close a client and then end up getting yourself into a contract with clients that are literally not even qualified at all, and people that you guys should never be, you know, working with. But yeah, that's pretty much the end of this video. And before I actually do end off this video, I just wanted to make an announcement. We do have a Discord server. For those of you guys that don't already know, it's called Agency Echo Chamber. It's going to be the very first link down below. We just passed 100 members. And as I said in the past, once we pass the first 100 members, it's going to be a $250 one-time fee to actually join, or you guys could pay monthly at $25 a month to be part of the group, because we just want this to be a very exclusive group. We want this to be a place where it just has the best of the best. People are genuinely like motivating each other on there. I might even throw up some screenshots. It's just honestly a positive. It's an amazing community. Everyone pretty much likes being there. We learn a lot from each other, different techniques that we use to close clients, how to retain your clients, the best forms of, outreach, how to do the actual service delivery, all these different things that I actually teach in my program. We actually have like more experienced members of the server that are just like mentoring, members that just don't know much about SMMA. And overall, it's just a really positive community. If you guys would be interested in joining, first link down below. And with that being said, that's the end of this video. I'll see you guys next time.